Hey everyone, and welcome to the weekly wrap for October 9th, 2020. My name's Maryann Simson from Apex Media.
And I'm Seth Miller from PaxX Aero, and not in my attic anymore. Hooray! Maryann, we've got some interesting stuff coming up on today's show, talking about IFE and the British Airways 747 retirement. But first, Apex has a little bit of a new look.
We do have a snazzy new look. For those of you at home who haven't checked it out yet, Apex unveiled its new brand identity and a brand new website on Monday this week. We've had lots of feedback pouring in. A lot of people think that the new logo and the new sort of brand image is quite sleek and modern, and that's really what we're going for. So the association has been working on this rebrand behind the scenes for quite some time. So my team at Apex Media has been working super closely with the Apex board and the guys at the Kellen Company who manage Apex. The rebrand itself was actually done by Bookmark Canada. So all these people sort of came together, and this week has been the big unveiling.
Yeah, I love it. I gotta say, the new logo for the Apex with like the sort of airplane runway motif, I'm a big fan. I mean, it's got planes in it, so no one should be surprised by that, but here we are.
Yeah, exactly. So if you look at the brand guideline document, it says that the runway announces the industry Apex serves in a distinctive and iconic manner, and it also frames the Apex acronym. We've got a plane on there, so it's clear as day to anybody who sees that logo, even if they don't also see the full name of the association next to it. It's really clear what Apex is about. This is an aviation association. We're using all caps, bold font to show that it's authority and that we're serious about aviation and the passenger experience.
I'm a fan, and I'm definitely serious. Always serious about aviation.
Dead serious.
All right, moving on a little bit. We've got some good news for the IFE space, and especially wireless IFE players this week. First up, Bluebox announced a partnership with Dnata in the Australia, New Zealand, South Pacific region, sort of trying to combine the streaming IFE platform with Dnata's catering and on-ground management system. So this is another partnership trying to sort of expand the digital marketing, digital sales, contactless, all of those things that are sort of really popular right now.
Yeah, it seems like Bluebox is really on fire right now with these sort of retail catering partnerships and tie-ups to sort of create a more robust in-flight experience for the passengers using their own devices. So passengers can pay through the devices, they can access in-flight entertainment. This enables the airlines to remove things like paper menu cards and magazines, which for right now, for hygiene and sanitary reasons, most airlines have removed from all the seat back pockets. So we're bringing together the in-flight shopping experience, the ability to browse and order food, together with your entertainment. And you would almost think that this would be done already in most cases, but they're actually two very complex different systems, with the catering and in-flight one requiring a logistics background. So this integration actually is more complex than people would think.
Absolutely. And, you know, you said they're sort of on a roll here. This builds on the partnership Bluebox signed back in June with Retail in Motion. So very similar idea, different part of the world, different target airline market. But again, great news, great to see those sort of partnerships and relationships growing.
Yeah, it really gives an upsell opportunity to both partners as well. So for an airline that's got Bluebox IFE available, streaming IFE already, now they can basically add the Dnata products on board. So those airlines can be pitched more easily or more readily to by Dnata, and vice versa. If an airline has already got Dnata's catering or in-flight retail services, now it sort of gives Bluebox an in to build out more of an IFE partnership with the airline in terms of bringing them content and other in-flight experiences.
Excellent. Also in the streaming IFE world, we've got news from AirFi. They've signed on with Eastern Airlines, I think fourth iteration now of Eastern, but Eastern has the AirFi Venus box on board, and that's their latest generation of streaming IFE platform. Also handles ancillary sales and all sorts of things like that. And they've announced this week that they've almost completed the rollout. They've got 7 of 8 planes fitted, last one coming soon here. And it's also they're calling it phase, I believe we're pronouncing it, a fully automated semi-embedded, FASE. And that allows it to sort of be semi-permanently installed on the airplane with a power outlet on board. It's a quick overnight installation, so it's not battery powered, which is useful for some of the longer flights that Eastern runs. And it's a nice product. It's great to see them growing. I think Eastern is their fourth company in the North America area, so a lot of growth there. And added bonus, we got the CEO here.
That's right. Here to discuss a little bit more about this deployment and talk about what business has been like for them generally over this last crazy year is Job Heimerikx, CEO of AirFi, joining us from The Hague, Netherlands today. So hi, Job. Welcome to the show. Great to have you here.
Hi, Maryann. Hi, Seth. Nice to meet you. It's great to be on your show. Great to see you again, all live and kicking.
Right. Well, tell us what the last 6 months or so have been like for AirFi.
Well, what can I say, Maryann? You know, the last 6 months, obviously for everybody was quite different than anything else we experienced before. But I think we managed quite well to work together with our customers to get them through the cash struggle. At the same time, you know, everybody still needs to work from home, and that is for everybody new. On the other side, the way we work with our cloud-based solution, we're quite used to work remotely anyway. So from an operational point of view, you know, not much has changed. And at the same time, because of it's a little bit more quiet, you know, we spend a lot of time on further improving our innovations and improving our product. So, you know, we're good to go. We came out of this 6 months with black numbers, and we're quite happy.
Yeah, are you seeing any signs of recovery in the industry right now, or any sort of regional differences in how airlines are reacting?
Well, actually, we do, and it makes us quite happy. Where previously, you know, portable has been seen as the alternative, as the new kid on the block, compared to in-seat solutions. We now see that various airlines actually see us as a mainstream product, as also a lifesaver, to cut costs and to still give some passenger experience on the go while their revenues have been under pressure. And obviously our product is a very good solution for that. Our existing customers slowly come out of hibernation, but it differs really from country to country. And even though, you know, the entire improvement of the situation also moves from east to west, you know, the countries per country, we do, you know, see a lot of improvements in the southeast of Asia, slowly moving to Europe. In fact, we are going to make some announcements shortly as well for some new products and new projects that we're doing in Southeast Asia shortly with the portable in-flight entertainment as well as the MPOS solution, and some major new partnerships in that area. So overall, you know, we're quite happy to see the market coming back again.
Interesting. All right. Well, getting to the point of the release this week, you announced the deployment on Eastern Airlines. Can you describe the specifics of this technology and how you're rolling the product out?
Yeah, you know, we're very happy with the installments at Eastern. First of all, you know, it's a long-haul aircraft, and we've done this last year also with KLM on the 747s. But it's great proof that portable IFE actually also has good use for long-haul aircraft in the market. Secondly, it's quite exciting. It's our phased product, which means fully autonomous, semi-embedded. And what it comes down in essence is that the entire involvement by the airline and the crew has been minimized to almost zero. So no swapping of batteries, as we will see with some products. You know, no activation of cellular networks or swapping SD cards. Pretty much everything is automated. So we went from a box that you need to bring on board to a box that it can be completely zero touch, and now it's even install and forget. And we're very excited that Eastern has taken the journey with us on this product.
The release also mentioned that the deployment has an upgrade path to the LEO solution with AirFi for true connectivity. How's that program rolling out these days?
Well, you know, as you see this little fellow here behind me, you know, LEO is evolving quite nicely, but we did have some trouble over the last couple of months with the aircraft not flying and not finalizing all the nice little tweaks and bits and bolts. But we're getting there very fast. LEO has already been adopted by 4 different airlines in 3 different continents. So we do believe that there is a growing number of airlines interested in this kind of lightweight messaging solutions as an alternative to a connectivity solution. As the system really, allows both the passenger as well as the flight deck and the crew to send messages to the ground in a much more economically feasible way. We really believe that there's a good future to do this. Right now our team is really working to finalize the last things, and we're working on additional applications on the LEO platform. And we hope to be flying by the end of the year, beginning of next year, on these four airlines.
All right, well, thank you, Job. Sorry to hear that you had a little hiccup with the LEO, but sounds like everything is off and running now. We'll look forward to some more releases, which I understand are coming from your company very soon.
Also, in the press release world this week, we have some news out of Japan. Panasonic Avionics confirmed that they will be the in-flight connectivity provider on LCC ZIPAIR. This is the new operation running long-haul, low-cost services, and it's a subsidiary of Japan Airlines. And they're actually going to start running their first passenger flights next week on shorter hops. They're going between Tokyo and Seoul for their first passenger service, but it's finally really going to take off.
Yay! This announcement isn't a super huge shock to us, though, is it, Seth? Because we know that ZIPAIR has taken its first 2 aircraft and sort of redone them from the Japan Airlines fleet, which is also a big customer of Panasonic.
Absolutely. So yeah, not a surprise, but good to have it confirmed that it's happening. Panasonic did confirm that they're using the upgraded modem, so the newer hardware on board, which increases capacity, gives them better exposure to use the full bandwidth available on some of the newer satellites like Eutelsat 172B for the Trans-Pacific stuff. We're getting there. It's going to be useful. It's also all streaming IFE on board because ZIPAIR is not putting screens in the economy class cabins. So going to be a big sort of content play going on there as well with the Panasonic kit.
Cool. Okay, well, on a topic that's completely different from technology and IFE, this week on the 7th of October marked the 101st birthday of the launch of KLM, and in tradition, they launched one of their new Delftware miniature houses.
They did, and they named it for you. It's de Maryann is this year's house. These Delft houses are a huge tradition now. They were given away. It started as a program for gifts for business class passengers back with some rules about not being able to pay commissions to travel agents, I believe, something like that. They fill them with local liqueur. It's a lot of fun. And it is a sort of in-flight entertainment game. If you're flying in world business class, when the flight attendant comes around with the tray of all these little houses, to like spend the time and pick which one you want. At least 30 to 60 seconds of entertainment on board.
Now, do they all have the same liqueur inside, or is that a bit of a mixed bag as well?
Nope, all the same liqueur, unless you're flying out of the Middle East where they don't. But yeah, it's all the same.
Yeah, so yeah, like you said, the house this year is called, it used to be called de Maryann. Now it's called de Maryann, which is too bad, but that's the name. And it is in the province of Brabant, which is in the south of Holland. And it was sort of a building that built a lot of trade around the area. And they say that the commerce and the trade that happens in this town is one of the reasons why a lot of people fly on KLM to the Netherlands. So this is why they wanted to celebrate this. It's also the oldest building in Holland, they say. It's like 800-year-old brick structure.
Wow. Well, speaking of old structures, British Airways is finally retired its final 2 747s from Heathrow this week. We had the final departure on Thursday morning. Didn't go exactly to plan, but still quite a moment. Yeah,
that's right. They BA had initially planned to do a simultaneous takeoff on 2 parallel runways for the last 2 Queen of the Sky aircraft that they have. Unfortunately, the weather in gloomy, rainy, normal London style didn't allow them to do that. So they did 1 aircraft taking off at a time. They didn't go too far. They went to Cotswolds Airport, where there is an aircraft scrapyard / storage facility, which I got to visit actually a few years ago. It was really fun. The guy who owns it is really cool. I can't remember his name, but he's awesome. I read on Twitter there was a rumor that one of them is actually going to be maintained in full for some sort of aircraft museum. So it is, it's hard to think about them being torn apart. I like the idea to think that one of these aircraft will actually stay intact.
Yeah, it is a tough situation. I've heard also that the one is going to stay as a museum. So we'll see if that comes together. Between 45 and 60 million miles flown on those two frames. It's just an insane amount of the number of passengers, the number of miles, the number of everything involved when you start retiring planes like this is kind of incredible. But so long, Queen of the Skies. We'll miss you.
Oh. And with that, we will say so long to all of our viewers as well. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Share the video with your mates. And check out apex.aero and paxx.aero for more awesome passenger experience news. Thank you, Seth, for being my co-host this week.
Always a pleasure.
And thanks again, guys, for watching. We'll leave you now with some pictures from BA's live stream this morning.